How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to Net Worth. I am your host, Justin Pugh. This week, we are traveling to New York to see the New York Jets, crosstown rival of mine throughout my early onset of my career. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek of a back and forth that Muhammad Wilkerson and I had back in 2017. He put a red dot on my back for a preseason game that he never played in, and neither did I. But I had to bring on the top content creators from the Jets, the media. I don't want to say media because you guys are all just diehard fans first and foremost. And that is really what I want to try to do with this series is go back to the real fans. So Ian, Ryan, Jake, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself in the order that you showed up. Tom Coughlin. Ian was first on Tom Coughlin time. So Ian, just give us a little brief intro on you to all the non-Jet fans out there.
Yeah, first things first, man. I appreciate you reaching out. I mean, I was looking forward to it. This is should be a lot of fun, and the game is going to be massive this Thursday, right? 1-on-1 Jets, 1-on-1 Pats. You know, we're going to get into it. But yeah, cover pretty much all things New York Jets on YouTube. There's not a whole lot more than that.
Perfect. Ryan, you want to go second?
Yeah, I've been doing this a few years now. Definitely enjoy it. It's fun getting to know the whole fan base. Where I'm out in New York, there's not a whole lot of Jet fans. We have more Giant fans out here. So it's nice to connect with a whole bunch of people from all around the world, and very much enjoy it.
Jake, bat and cleanup.
Here we go. Well, it's funny, Justin, because, I've known you for a couple of years now. You've been nice enough to come on some of my radio shows. I work for ESPN New York, but before that, I was a radio host in Houston for 6 years, and I'm a diehard Jet fan. I'm from New York, and I started my YouTube channel. It's just basically an outlet on the side to talk about the Jets because, I'm doing Texans talk every day. No one really cares about Jets football down in Houston. And it became a full-time job because this fan base is the best, and they were so supportive. So now I'm a full-time content creator, YouTuber, and a part-time, if you will, radio host. So that's just a testament to how amazing the Jet fan base is.
As soon as I put a tweet out, the Jets fans were going nuts. They're like, you got to go here. You got to hit this tailgate. You got to go, it's been amazing. And you guys helped amplify that. Ryan, you mentioned one thing. Where you live in New York, it's a lot of Giants fans. And obviously I know that from my time with New York. There is a divide amongst Manhattan. It's a massive city. You can support two teams. Give me a little insight for the fans that don't know. Where do we draw the line? How do you, are you born into Jets Kingdom? Is it boundaries? What makes you a Jets fan at birth?
So my dad was the one that got me into the Jets. I went to my first Jet game at 5 years old. It just sort of seems like the Long Island base is more, Jet fans. Then you have the Giant fans as you kind of matriculate more towards the West. And I think a lot of it has to do just with recent success. The Giants have had far more success over the last 40 years compared to the Jets. You see all the Super Bowls that the Giants have had. It's tough to build a fan base when you're consistently losing. And we're hoping to change that around this year.
Well, you have Aaron Rodgers, so things are looking up. I want to go back to one more comment. I grew up in Philadelphia, and a lot of Eagles fans actually kind of, I don't want to say the Eagles fans comp, and you guys definitely don't comp, but very similar backgrounds of the diehardness of Eagles fans and Jets fans. Jake, is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think the passion from the Philadelphia Eagle fan and the Jet fan, I think it's very similar. And to Ryan's point, so much of it is just geography based too, right? The Mets used to play at Shea Stadium. That's where the Jets played. The Jets used to have their training camp at Hofstra, of course, on Long Island. So just based on geography, a lot of times, if you were a Met fan, you were a Jet fan. And if you were a Giant fan, chances are you were a Yankee fan because the Giants used to, of course, play at Yankee Stadium before they got their own stadium. So there's just so much passion. Yeah, the Giants, of course, have the longer history. They've won more Super Bowls, but the passion from the Jet fans, kind of similar to the Met fan. There's more Yankee fans than Met fans in New York, but Met fans are very loud, very passionate, and obviously they have a huge fan base, and it's very similar with the Jets. And the passion the Eagle fan has, Justin, that you know well, very similar with the Jet fan base, no doubt.
Ian, are you a Jets, Mets, Nets? Are you all? Is that all kind of the linear line that you take, or what's your fandom look like across the New York area?
So it's crazy, man. I'm actually down in Florida. I'm born and raised down in South Florida. Living over in Tampa now. But yeah, for me, it was, so my parents are from Connecticut and my dad was a diehard Jet fan. And so for me growing up, it was mainly college football, right? Florida Gators, Hurricanes fans everywhere. And then with the pro team, obviously it's the Miami Dolphins, and I couldn't stand Miami. I just wanted to go against the grain. And so for me, it was just what better team than my dad's team in the New York Jets? So that's kind of where I started, early 2000s, and haven't really looked back. So I don't really have the connections to the Knicks and the Mets and the Yankees. for me, it's just kind of the Jets down in out of the New York teams being from Florida.
The Jets are just in your blood. I was in Miami last week, and we gave them a B review. We enjoyed our time in Miami. The game kind of was tough with Tua going down. The fans were leaving in the third quarter. Here's a question I have for you, Ryan. I'll let you kick this one off. Will the fans be standing the entire game, or am I going to have to be up and down, sitting most of the game? What's the atmosphere going to be like Thursday?
Well, if it's anything like last year's, it's going to be nonstop standing, and hopefully we don't have the crashing down effect 4 plays in like we did last year. That place was absolutely energized. It was juiced. We're just waiting for a win and having, opening night under the bright lights. It's going to be special. I think you'll be excited for it. The Jet fans get rowdy. I've been to a few Giant games, and they're like, guy rips off a 10-yard run. You get a nice little golf clap. Jet fans, you get a 5-yard run. You're hooting and screaming and going nuts. So it's a different atmosphere.
No, for sure. I mean, look, I'm not going to say for sure because I do love my Giants fans out there. We're going to compare. We're going to have back-to-back weeks. We're going Giants right into next week. So I will have the best way to see how the two fan bases compare. Jake, how do you feel about these fan bases sharing a stadium? It's something that everyone always talks about. They're like, they hate that the Jets and the Giants, it seems like a cold stadium because you can't go full New York Jets everywhere. You can't go full New York Giants. How do you feel about that sharing of facilities?
It's probably the only thing the Jets and Giants fans agree on. We all can't stand sharing the stadium, but also just the stadium in general. Like if MetLife was awesome from like a fan experience standpoint, I think we would maybe feel a little different, but it's just bland. I call it the world's greatest giant AC unit because that's just what it looks like from the outside. And Justin, you can speak to this as a player because seemingly every single week we're complaining about the turf at MetLife causing another injury to a big-time player, and it's just amazing to me that two teams with the history that the Giants and Jets have with billionaire owners can't seemingly figure out a way to get a better stadium and just a better playing surface. So I think the playing surface and just the aesthetics of the stadium are probably two of the things Jets and Giants fans absolutely always agree on.
All right, so if you could change it and put the stadiums anywhere in the metro area, New Jersey, New York, Long Island, like I know Long Island's also New York, but I'm just saying geographically, where would you want to have the Jet Stadium? I'll let all of you answer this. Ian, I'm going to let you go first.
Hey, put them down in Florida, man, so I can go to some more games.
Exactly. All right, I love that. The Florida Jets, baby.
Yeah.
But all those New Yorkers traveled down there to retire,
That's
so
right.
it makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. There's probably a good contingent. The Jets will probably do maybe better than the Dolphins in Florida if they were down there.
Yeah,
is that a fair assessment?
Oh, 100%. I mean, like for me at least, I try to make every Dolphins or Jets at Dolphins game every year, and every single time there's a massive turnout. Right, there's Jets tailgates and stuff happening in the parking lot. It's actually pretty crazy. But for me, I guess maybe as a fan, out of state, of the Jets, just something easy. I've been to a handful of games up at MetLife. And I just know for me at least, it's a bit chaotic, especially, if I'm meeting a bunch of people and I'm trying to get into parking. Like it's a lot different than Miami's stadium. It's a lot different than the Bucs stadium down here in Tampa. It kind of feels off to the side, and it's like this own separate unit, if you will. I really like how the Giants practice facilities right there. So I think that's totally awesome, right? Driving in. But for me, I guess it's anywhere easy that has easy access for fans out of state.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. Ryan?
So I'm on the Jersey side of things. So I don't really want to see it go onto Long Island selfishly, but I wish it was something similar to like what the MSG is like in the city, where you can walk outside and there's just a ton of bars everywhere. And like at MetLife, you have Reds, but there's not really anywhere for fans to like go and unleash some excitement after a win or anything like that. So I would say somewhere in the city close to like walkable bars and restaurants and things like that.
So you would want to go into the city for the Jets?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'd rather stay in Jersey, but I wish there was like a trip
around. You would rather have like a district almost like what they have up at Foxborough or down in Philadelphia, that where you can go and have that bar, that whole scene. All right, Jake, where are you putting the Jets if you're Woody Johnson and co?
Well, I'm with Ryan from the standpoint of I'd rather be in like Manhattan. They used to have like the West Side Project that got shut down years ago. They tried to do it and it failed. But for me, as a Long Island guy, Justin, and someone who grew up going to the U.S. Open and going to Mets games, of course. Like for me, put the Jets right next to Citi Field. Steve Cohen, the Mets owner, is building all this infrastructure over there. And instead of a football stadium being built next to Citi Field, NYFC, a soccer club, is getting their own stadium. Like, that was such a missed opportunity for the Jets to finally get their own place, because you already have the history of the Jets and the Mets, but also you have the Long Island Railroad, so it's easy for fans on Long Island just to take the train in. You have obviously access to just driving in if you're coming from anywhere, plenty of parking space over there. And if you're coming from the city, you could just take the subway. So from a convenience standpoint, there might not be a better, more central location for the Jets than right next to Citi Field.
No, I love that. And I agree with all you guys. I think the stadium, the next time around, whenever that next go is, if that's 10 years from now or whenever it is, they really should split the two teams up, let the Jets go out. Because we have the rabid fan bases on both sides. Regardless of how you feel, you can sell out these stadiums. Honestly, I think the Giants would probably do a little better with the Manhattan attachment because of how that fan base operates within Manhattan. I think having you guys next to the Mets in Long Island on the east side, I just think that, for me, optically, as a third-party person looking in, it would just work out so much better. How do you guys feel about everyone giving you shit that it's the New York Jets and New York Giants, yet they play in New Jersey and do everything in New Jersey? How do you combat that? Ian, I'll save you on this one. Jake, you've been in radio, and I'm sure you had to fight this fight many a times. What's your thoughts there?
Well, I kind of just laugh at it because the Bills fans are like, oh, we're the only New York team. It's like, actually, you're in Canada. The Buffalo Bills, you are closer to Canada. You're like an hour from Canada, not even. We're 10 minutes from New York City. So it's like, that's just something like other fans use as a troll tactic. But I mean, at the end of the day, anyone who's actually been to MetLife, you can see the city, you can see the skyline from the parking lot. So that's kind of how I've always looked at it. But I always laugh when Bills fans, we're the only real New York team. It's like, okay, no one considers that, but I'm happy you feel that way.
Do you guys have anything to add in there?
I hit him with hey, the Buffalo Bills don't play in Buffalo. They play in Orchard Park. The Jets are closer proximity-wise to New York than the Bills are to Buffalo.
That's right. There we go. See, this is the type of stuff I needed to learn. Ian, I'm becoming a Jets fan tomorrow for the first time in my life. What do I need to know going into the game? I know I got the Jets, Jets. Is that the first thing, my first Jets chant? That's going to be breaking of the ice?
Definitely. I mean, that the place gets raw. Like I said, it's not like I'm going to I'm not a season ticket holder, or anything like that. But the games that I have gone to, I've been to one Thursday night game. It was Jets Bills years ago. The place pops off. MetLife can it booms, right? Especially when the chant starts going. Right before kickoff and whatnot. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to have a great time. And it's also cool too how this is a massive game, A, and then B, it's against New England. So everybody's, excitement, energy level, it's going to be through the roof. Pats fans, Jets fans, it's not just going to be some random one-off game, right? Like Jets, Washington, or Jets, Carolina Panthers. It's no, this game means a ton. So I think you're going to have a great experience.
Ryan, is there anything else he's missing? Is there anything I need to check out while I'm there? I know, Jake, I'm saving you for last, Jake, because I know you have something up your sleeve for tomorrow. But Ryan, what else do I need to look forward to tomorrow as becoming a Jets fan for the first time?
Well, if you want, Fireman Ed's doing his 65th birthday at the brewery right across the street from the stadium, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So I'm sure a lot of Jet fans will be there to start and then make our way over to the parking lot for the 5 hours prior to the game.
Oh, that's massive. I love that. I'm going to have to make an appearance at Fireman Ed's. I'm trying to do a Jets chant with some of the legends. I'm trying to get Gary V. I'm trying to get Greeny from ESPN. If I can get Woody Johnson, I'm going to try to get on the field somehow, some way. So if you guys got any field connections, that is part of my challenge to get down on the field. I've played on the field probably more than anyone else down there. I just feel like I need to get back, for this Jets game. So
you miss MetLife that much, Justin? You want to go back on that crappy field?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide out. Maybe I'll sneak out there and just be able to play left guard for him. All right, Fireman Ed. I gotta meet Fireman Ed. And then Jake, tell me about the tradition you guys started at your tailgate that you're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of friends, longtime Jet fans. It's been in their family forever. They tailgate at L5, and their signature thing they do at every tailgate before a Jets game is they have a burn pole. And they always have a jersey of the best player or the most notable player on the team the Jets are playing that day. And they have an entire ceremony they do where they then ultimately light the jersey of the opponent's player on fire, and then there's giant jet chants around the fire. And it's insane. They've been doing this for years. And the funny thing is, I don't know who they're burning tomorrow. In the past, if it was the Patriots, it was Brady, like automatic. No questions asked. Now, like, do you do Gerard Mayo? Do you still, burn a Brady jersey just for old time's sake? So they haven't even decided yet, as of this taping, who they're burning tomorrow. But it's going to go down at 6:30. It's free. It's open for everyone. It's a lot of fun. And it's taking place at L5, so it's going to be electric.
All right, who do you guys think that we should burn tomorrow? Whose jersey should we burn tomorrow of the Patriots players? We'll clip this link. We'll put that out there. And here's my last question. I told you guys 15 minutes. We're right there. We all think the Jets are going to win tomorrow, right? Like, I don't think I need to ask you guys your prediction of the game. Just give me a score of what you guys think the game's going to be tomorrow. Ian, I'll let you rock with this one first.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking I think it's going to be a little bit more high scoring than, the initial kind of a mindset going in. I'm thinking 27-20, Jets score in the end, and then the defense makes a stand, against Brissett and Alex Van Pelt for New England. Fourth down stop midfield or something.
All right, perfect. Ryan?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a little bit more yardage than we've seen the first 2 weeks of the season. So maybe like a 24-27, 24-21 type game. I think it's going to be tight.
Jake?
You guys have it close, man. I kind of feel weird now saying Jets 27, Patriots 13. I just think the Jets are better. I think they're going to use the pass to set up the run this week. And with all due respect to the Patriots and the talent level to me is not close. So if Aaron plays more than 4 plays this time around, I think he breaks out as a big game, and I think the Jets win 27-13.
I'm also with you, Jake. I think this one's going to be a little bit more of a lopsided affair. I hope that the Patriots can hang around. This is the key. If the Jets can get up early and put pressure on the Patriots to get out of their game plan, it will be a blowout. If the Patriots come out and run the ball, which the Jets have not shown yet that they can stop the run, so that is the battle. And if Aaron Rodgers come out slinging early, get up on the Patriots, I think they might get spooked and try to throw the ball a little bit more, and that feeds into that Jets, the pass rushers. Obviously, no Jermaine Johnson. Let's hope maybe Hassan Reddick can get a deal done by tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe that would be nice. But guys, I really appreciate you coming on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go 31-17 Jets. I want to see some points scored. I want to have some fun. I'll see you guys at the tailgates tomorrow. Ryan, are you going to the game, Ryan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm going to the Fireman Ed thing first, and then I'll head over to the...
well, maybe we'll connect, and I'll meet you over there, and then I got to go see the jersey burn. And then, Ian, next time I'm down for the Miami games, we'll have to go to one of those games, because I was there, and it was Bills, maybe 30% Bills in that last Thursday night game. So, guys, I appreciate you. I want to do one last thing. I mean, maybe let's make this the breaking of the ice. I don't know how we kick this off, so I don't know who wants to take control, but can we do one little preview Jets chant, or is that sacrilegious?
I got a button on my soundboard I can hit. That's
all right. Here we are. Are we allowed to do it on this? Can we do it not at stadium?
Yeah, you can do
the Jet chant whenever you want.
I know the Eagles chant happens everywhere, so I know. All right, this is gonna be my first one with the Jets faithful, with you guys, and then we'll push this out there tomorrow. All right, Ryan, I'll let you kick it off with the sound.
All right, 1, 2. Jets.
All right, hold on. We got to redo that one. I didn't know we were in it. Yeah, we're going to do along with it. Here we go.
There we go.
Give us a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Jets. Jets. All right, I got work to do because I couldn't do the chop. I couldn't do the chop when I was in Kansas City. So the Jets chants, I might have been a little fast on that one. One less cup of coffee when we do the Jets chants. Gentlemen, thanks for tuning in with me. We'll see you tomorrow. We got birthday parties. We got a Thursday night game. We're burning jerseys. And it's Jets. Are we Jets Nation? Jets.
Jet up.
Jet up, baby. Jet up. We'll see you guys there tomorrow.